Hi, hey, and hello there. Obion here, and welcome back to the Comic High Ground. Alright, now, I didn't forget to cover Ultimate Spider Man issue number 12. It ironically was just another one of those issues that didn't have a lot going on in it, and I've been trying to figure out how to get a video up that, or covering it, that wasn't 2 minutes long because it wasn't eventful. And well, let me rephrase that. It was eventful, but it was a very slow issue. Honestly, the issue boiled down to basically the Watson family reunion, if you will, because that's really the gist of what the issue was. The major part of the issue in the story was really the cliffhanger at the end of the issue. So this video won't have really any. I'm not going to worry about editing too many panels or anything into it because again, I'm gonna be honest with you all. It was almost like a reality show episode or something like that. So I'm just gonna talk about it, and then I'll tag on a little bit extra about another comic after I cover this one. So basically, the comic starts off with Jameson and Ben showing up for the Parker Christmas party or whatever, and we find out that Mary Jane's mom and Mary Jane's sister are there, and basically we find out that the mom is kind of a for lack of a better phrase, she's a jerk. without using profanity in this video. But yeah, her mom's a jerk, and technically so is her sister. And really, the mom has spent a lot of time like abroad, I guess, traveling for her job or whatever. The mom is one of those who has an opinion about everything, and she's gonna let you know that she has an opinion about everything, and she's gonna make sure you hear it. So, you've seen characters like that all the time, and then the sister is similar, but she's one in this story. She's kind of projecting her own issues on Mary Jane. Like she didn't approve of Mary Jane marrying Peter, and she always gave Mary Jane crap about it. And so when she comes to this party, we basically find out that she's kind of jealous of Mary Jane because her own marriage fell apart while Mary Jane's is thriving and Mary Jane has a good job and everything. So while all this is going on, and again, I'm rushing. I'm not rushing, but I'm just kind of going through this because this is literally the issue. But while all this is going on, Mary Jane had let their daughter play on her phone, and the daughter kept coming up to Mary Jane saying that she was getting a call from Gwen, and Mary Jane kept on telling her to just let it go to voicemail and she would talk to her later. So that happened about 3 times, and then finally, after the third time, Mary Jane answered it, and yeah, that's when everything hit the fan. Now, before I get to that part, I need to mention that if you notice, I hadn't mentioned anything about Peter in this issue, because Peter said not one word basically in this issue, which right there should tip you off that something is off, because you see Peter and Mary Jane talks to him for a little bit, but he just kind of smiles while she talks. And like Peter has no dialogue. He just doesn't talk to anybody in this issue. He's just there smiling. So by the time Mary Jane finally talks to Gwen, Gwen is like, "Okay, I've been trying to catch up with you. Have you seen Harry?" And Mary Jane's like, "No." And she calls Peter into the room with her because they're in their bedroom. So basically, Gwen tells Mary Jane that Harry has been missing since she's come back from some work business trip or something that she was on, and Mary Jane's like, "Well, this is serious, Peter. Did you hear this?" And Peter's like not answering, and she's like, "Peter," and then he turns around and he says something along the lines of "Happy Holidays" or "Merry Christmas" or something like that, and his eyes are all black. And that tells us that Peter has been replaced. So right there, the black eyes, I'm thinking this is the Pico suit, which is interesting because the Pico suit, if you remember, was left with Doc Ock. So if Doc Ock has the Pico suit, and this Pico suit, I'm assuming it's the Pico suit, has replaced Peter, that leads me to believe that that Otto is working with the Sinister Six. And the reason I say that is because the cliffhanger of this issue is that Craven has kidnapped Peter and Harry, and he has them tied, chained up, and gagged or whatever. And that's how the issue goes off. So, or closes out. So, my hypothesis, if you will, is that basically when Peter went to go see Harry at the end of the most recent issue, he must have gotten caught then, and I'm thinking that Harry was probably kidnapped by then too, because they don't see Peter return or reunite with Harry to see, or meet up with Harry to see what's going on. We just know Harry had been telling Peter to meet him at this location. So I'm assuming that was an ambush and Peter got kidnapped then too. Now, they hadn't said that yet. We'll have to find out more about that in the next issue. But I'm almost positive that that is pretty much the case. So that's why I say the issue itself was not the most entertaining. I'm not sure. Well, I guess I get it. That whole first year of Ultimate Spider-Man has been, slower paced series. But I think that's kind of how Hickman writes, and usually there's a good payoff to it. So again, issue 12 being basically a drama, a Watson drama issue. Not the most, or not the expected way to close out the first year of Ultimate Spider-Man, but he at least gave us a huge cliffhanger. So we have that to look forward to. Who knows what's gonna happen next? I've enjoyed Ultimate Spider-Man so far. I hope that this year, actually we are obviously in 2025 now, but I'm hoping that this year brings more action, and I'm hoping that we see, Peter come more and more into a professional Spider-Man mindset, more aggressive maybe in some ways, but you know what I mean, just Spider-Man, because let's be honest, that's the only Peter Parker Spider-Man we have right now. Notice I hadn't talked about this new little event going on in 616 with Spider-Man, with him and the Scions and all that. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about that because something happened in that most recently, and it's caused a lot of ruckus, I guess if you will. And I agree with people fussing about it, but I'm going to talk about it on my own in another video because it's kind of ridiculous. We said this for a year or two now. It's ridiculous how they're treating Spider-Man. And I mean, it sounds like a broken record. So I'm not going to go into that right now, but my point is, Ultimate Spider-Man is the only real Peter Parker we have right now. And I'm just talking about in the comic medium. I'm not really combining the movies and the games and whatever. But if you're just talking about the comic medium, then really there's only two real Spider-Man right now. It's Ultimate Peter Parker and it's Miles Morales, who just had a very interesting change of his own, which is that little extra tidbit I wanted to add to this video. I know I hadn't talked about Miles' comic in a while, but Ziegler has really been doing a good job with Miles' story. Miles is currently a vampire, I'm sure you know, because of that Blood Hunt event, and he didn't get cured. So most recently, T'Challa was trying to help Miles find a cure, and he brought him to Wakanda, and basically that was for Baz to try to heal Miles. But we find out in this issue that Miles is actually a warrior of Anansi, which is not something that we knew, not something that has been a thing before. Now, how this affects the spider totems and all that with the Spider-Verse, I don't know. But him being one of Anansi's warriors, that adds a whole new layer to Miles as a character. Does it affect Peter? Is Peter one of Anansi's warriors? Like, there's a lot that now has been kind of given to us because of that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle that, because again, if you're talking about Spider-Man stories in Marvel, Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales, right there at the top. Like, they're like tied at number one. And to be honest with you, I'm almost having more fun reading Miles' story than Peter's story in Ultimate Spider-Man. But that's surely because of, like I said earlier, Ultimate Spider-Man has been kind of slower. So, now that they've had their first 12 issues to really build on the origin, build on the world and everything, hopefully they can really just go full action, full storytelling now without having to worry about building stuff up as much. But that's pretty much this issue. I'm sorry, this video. Again, I tried to ramble and stretch it out a little bit because there wasn't a lot to this issue. I mean, I could have went into Mary Jane's family. Her aunt was there and all that, but it was no point really. I mean, it was just there. They were there. It was just a regular family reunion, really, and I just don't think that was something that really needed to be delved into too much. Honestly, the issue was really the cliffhanger. Like, that's what we're here for. That's what this video really is for, is that cliffhanger, and that cliffhanger was always like 2 pages. So yeah, we should be getting the next issue in the next week or two, and that hopefully will be more action packed, hopefully be more eventful, and I'll try to get that one to y'all as soon as it releases. But yeah, that's this video. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm about to start trying to stream soon if I can figure out how to get things working on the computer. As you know, Marvel Rivals is out and is in season 1 now. So I'm gonna try to stream some of that. Keyword try. And then if y'all are down for some streams, let me know, because I was trying to wait till I had a decent number of subscribers, and I think we're like 515 now. So let me know in the comments, would y'all like to see some streams? And it wouldn't just be like Marvel Rivals. There's other games coming out. There's another Marvel game I think coming out this year. I believe the Black Panther and Captain America one. So just let me know if y'all are down for some streams, and I'll try to make that happen. So again, drop a comment to let me know what you liked about this comic. Again, let me know about the streams. Hit that subscribe button, and remember, we have the high ground. Catch you later.